Stephen Mayne, what's your view about this? Because we haven't even talked yet about the political side and SEC kind of needing a political win. But before we get to that, what's your view about Goldman Sachs's position and the whole of this making a product like this?
Well, they've come out swinging saying they've done nothing wrong, and they do this all the time. They create products for their clients to be able to place bets on particular markets moving in particular directions. And Paulson predicted that the housing market would crash. Clearly, RBS thought it would go on forever, and they took two opposite sides of the position, and Paulson won. I think that the fabulous Fab email is quite embarrassing in the sense that he's predicting the whole thing's going to crash.
Right,
and
so sorry, just set the scene for that, for viewers who haven't seen that email.
Oh, well, there's this trader,
Fabrice.
Forget his foot. Yeah, Fabrice calls himself Fabulous Fab, he's 27-year-old guru trader who makes all these comments about how the market's going to crash and no one's got any idea or understands what these crazy products are. They're so complicated, but it's all a pile of rubbish, was sort of the tone of it. And that sort of creates the suggestion that he's recklessly promoting a product which he thinks is going to fail.
And it's a very cynical ploy, yes, just to make money.
And it hasn't been appropriately disclosed that Paulson has helped put it together and picked some of the securities. And Paulson's interest, of course, is to pick the weakest securities, so the securities that he thinks are most likely to crash and make his bet right. He obviously looked at the ones that were AAA rated, and I think the rating agencies have a lot to answer for here. But the whole exercise is actually a good example of so many different players outsourcing their risk assessment to some other party, or insuring it or offlaying it, and it's this great merry-go-round of money. And and I think it's going to be a hard case for the SEC to win, but I think there is a lot of politics in it. That Obama's going after Wall Street, and investment banks have got to watch it because they really are just capitalised reputation. And that's why Goldman Sachs shares fell by 13%, because people won't do deals with them, just like people won't sponsor Melbourne Storm if they think that they're somehow dodgy. So that's the biggest problem that Goldman's have got. And if they fight it all the way, they get 2 years of bad publicity.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty difficult situation.
And yet they do need to beat these charges, don't they? Even though I understand they're not criminal, it's a civil case.
Look, I think the fabulous Fab email is probably going to cost them $1 billion on its own, and they've probably just got to settle. I mean, these things, the SEC, the US regulators, they're always settling deals for $500 million, this sort of stuff, with no liability admitted. I'll make a prediction. I think that's where Goldman's will go. Because you don't want to be up against the SEC in a high-profile case they feel they need to win when your reputation is so important in terms of ongoing business deals.